Good evening, Keeps of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here. And today, guys, we are doing Retro Cover Rewind. And this is part 2 of the Arak run that we're going to do until we get through all the issues. There was 50 issues in one annual. We're going to show you every cover, and just so you can see the great artists that worked on this series. Now, what Retro Cover Rewind is all about is just checking out fantastic covers from runs and just seeing the art that was on display. So this is more of a series for the people that are cover people, that buy comics for the covers. I buy comics to read them. I also love covers though, and I especially love covers from the Bronze and Copper Age era. They just speak to me in a way that a lot of modern covers don't, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with modern covers. If you love them, love them. There's a lot of great ones out there. But I like the way that these are done. That probably says a little bit more about my age than anything else. But I like the way that they represented a lot of what was happening in the comic. And just a different kind of style. And again, we all like what we like. There's nothing wrong with anything you like. But let's get into these covers. But before we do, if you enjoy the Retro Cover Rewind series, please visit the playlist and check out the previous ones that I've done. I have a lot of fun doing them. I'd love your input. I'd love to see some new activity on some of the old ones I've done and some new comments. If you're new to the channel and you didn't know that I've done these before, go check out that playlist. All right, starting out, we did 1 through 10 in part 1. Now we're doing 11 through 20 here. And our first one is Arak Son of Thunder, issue 11, Ernie Colin cover. And I really like this. A good little aerial shot. Some really awesome different hues of blue on there. And the two characters really stand out. They have 2 different color palettes in the background, and I think it's just a really, really cool looking cover. Always like an aerial battle or an undersea battle or underwater battle. Just always something that's fun for me. So there we go, issue 11. Then we have issue 12, Arak versus the Ferryman of Hell. And we have this in a newsstand and direct edition. All right. So another great cover by Ernie Colin, and of course this one will always be a favorite. You got the solid black background, and you got a skull cover, and you know, a villain that just towers over our hero, which makes this a lot of fun. Always makes you wonder to get inside that book, right? How's he going to overcome it? So you race inside, you get to see and experience the story. And unfortunately, even though Ernie Colin was one of the creators of Arak, he departed with this issue. But there was still great talent coming. All right, number 13. Now this is a really fun cover, and this says, plus Valda, the Iron Maiden in her own series. So she was a backup feature series in this for quite a few issues. It says, The Demons from the Dark, a macabre masterwork by Roy Thomas and Alfredo Alcala, who did the cover. Alfredo Alcala cover. Again, a nice aerial shot. Battle going on, some nice blues, a little bit of hints of pinks and purples in the background. And we have Valda, who was introduced in issue 2. And was just an important character to our hero Arak himself. All right, so great cover. And we also had that in newsstand and direct. So there we go, a couple of those. All right, moving on. Also in newsstand and direct, we have issue number 14. And this is another Alfredo Alcala cover. And just really nice. Again, with the blues. And you got the Time Weavers here, I believe they're called. I'm sorry, the Weavers of Fate. And you have Arak on the cover saying, that woven figure, it is myself, trapped for all time in a tapestry of doom. And you got these 3 menacing hooded figures below saying, and we, Savage, are the Weavers of Fate. So, how is he going to get out of this one? See, these covers just leave you with so many questions. You got to get inside and see what happens, right? Are they going to weave a fate worse than anything Arak could imagine, or will he overcome? I mean, we all know the answer, but it's still fun to go on the journey, right? All right, next up, another Alfredo Alcala cover, and this is where Arak changed up a little bit. He got a different haircut, a little bit of different style clothing, and embraced his Native American roots a little bit more. And this is featuring Balda the Iron Maiden, of course, but it says Of Fire and the Fiend. And this issue is also special because it had a 16-page preview of the Masters of the Universe comic. So we have this in newsstand and direct, luckily, and there we go. A great cover there. Arak full in the front, looking spectacular with a great pinkish hue background with some floating heads. Who doesn't like some floating heads on an old cover? And just a beautiful battle pose. Ready for action, right? Next up, issue 16. And with this one, we had Adrian Gonzalez with Alfredo Alcala on the cover. Ooh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. 16. And again, just a lot going on. Arak, much like Spider-Man, getting it handed to him on his covers and having to fight the good fight and not looking like he's doing so well with it. Cool, really cool creature. Again, great use of blues on the cover. And our two, the hero and the villain in battle, really stand out. And again, the Mare Beast of Byzantium. So again, the Mare Beast, so some good underwater stuff, right? From the sky to the water, all in a few issues. And then in issue 17, Death in Byzantium, co-starring Balda the Iron Maiden. Now she's part of the main story here, and we have another cover by Adrian Gonzalez and Alfredo Alcala. And I love these heroic stance covers. There you go, back to back to back, the three of them, ready to fight and take on whoever's coming their way. With a great, solid, light blue background, which kind of fades a little down here. It looks great. You see them just ready for action. So, fantastic cover. And as you can see, the art in this series doesn't go down. It's just great. Then this next one is a favorite cover of mine because you'll see in a second. This is just them taking a shot at Conan, all in good fun with a Conan-type character. Not necessarily taking a shot, but just using a Conan prototype to pit Arak against. All right, and we have this in direct and newsstand, a couple copies of each. And as you can see here, that is most definitely a Conan prototype character, or Conan copy character, not prototype, a Conan copycat character. And a good fire cover. And again, this is by Gonzalez and Alcala again. And just a great battle cover. So you got our hero pitched in battle, flames around him, and woman coming out from the back, and our Conan copy just ready to swing and cleft him in two. Great cover. All right, next up, and we're getting towards the end of this episode. Another aerial fighting cover in this one with a yellow background, which a lot of people love. And this is called None So Blind. And we see Dalka on the cover has her eyes covered, so it really intrigues you. You want to get inside this issue and see what's happening. Alfredo Alcala cover. So there we go. And just a fantastic cover. And makes you wonder, how did Balda get blinded? You know, and if you read last issue and you're leading into this issue, you're having a lot of fun with that story. We're not going to spoil anything for anybody that's watching, but a lot of fun. Look at that. Great yellows and greens and just oranges. Speaking is hard. I'm filming this one late at night to release it, so I'm a little tired, but I want to get this video out. I just was rebagging these to shoot this video, and I just couldn't let it wait. I love these covers. All right, our last issue of the show is called Stalkers of the Sandy Sea. In a parchment type style. It says co-starring Balda the Iron Maiden. And again, this is another Gonzalez and Alcala cover. And a good desert fight scene. You see hands coming up to claw Arak, and just what will happen with our hero. Will he make it to issue 12? Issue 21? Well, he went for 50, so I think it's pretty safe. But we're going to come back with part 3 pretty soon, probably in a couple days, and we'll just get through this series. If this is the first one you're seeing, check out part 1, which I shot a few days ago. A lot of fun. But a fantastic cover there, and just more goodness. Arak had some really solid covers. It's one of the reasons I wanted to highlight this series. One, it's not well known, although it did last for 50 issues, which is pretty good. But it also had Writing by Roy Thomas. Also, his wife, Dan Thomas, wrote with him on some of these issues. Plus, it had great artists. Ernie Colin and Alfredo Alcala, some of the best out there. Some of the guys that were major contributors to Marvel, DC, some indies, just people that were making comics great and just developing a name for themselves and just putting in a solid performance no matter what book they were assigned to. But that's the books for today, guys. Those are the covers. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking this out. And again, if you like this series, check out the playlist. It says Retro Cover Rewind. You can watch some of the past ones I've done and have a little bit of fun with it. And until next time, keep it casual.